Hi, everybody. My name is Todd. I'm the owner of Bar Exam Doctor. I've got Stan here, one of our prime graders. Say hi, Stan.
I
We are making our first of many, many videos here to come from Bar Exam Doctor. We're finally going to go a little more on the social stream. You might have found us already by finding doing a search on Google, like a bar exam or California bar exam or California bar review. We're barexamdoctor.com, not bar exam freak, not bar exam psycho, not bar exam doctors, not bar exam I don't know how to pass this test.com, just barexamdoctor.com. Okay. So we're going to give you a short video here. Today's theme is just some background info on the actual bar exam and what's going on right now, along with some things that we've recently found, some of our recent students. And at the same time, we're going to try to make this interesting so that way, it's something you're going to want to come back and watch some more videos. We're going to try to do about one a week. Stan's one of our graders. He's a lawyer in several states. He's graded for us for many years. He's helped a ton of our students pass the bar exam. He's very good at what he does. So basically, let me just tell you about Bar Exam Doctor. We've been around for about over 10 years. We've helped a ton of students pass the bar exam. I launched this many, many years ago when I was studying for the bar exam myself, and I wanted to take essays and PTs online. There was nothing like this back then. So I created a system where students could do performance tests first because people said you couldn't study for the performance test. And I thought, oh no, there must be a way. And so I created a system and then I added in the essays. And now about over 10 years later, we've got several hundred essays that are sorted by subject and by subtopic, and a ton of PTs with only the new format. So no old format. We're not using those 3-hour old PTs anymore, only the new ones. And we have special authorization from the actual bar examiners to use these tests. We don't just grab them and start using them. We have special authorization, which some others don't. So we try to do everything as proper as possible. And so our website is purely online. Our bar review is purely online. You can do essays or PTs anytime you want, day or night. We have our graders try to return them back within 48 hours. We tell our students they can do one PT and one essay at the same time, send them in, and as soon as they get them back, they can do another one. You can sign up anytime you want for that next bar exam. Your subscription goes all the way till the bar exam. Everything is included in the one flat fee. And we have lots of students that have done a ton of essays and PTs before the actual bar exam. We encourage our students to do as many as they can. We're actually adding a new feature in our Bar Exam Doctor website, which is going to be called, it's going to be a weekly audit. It's weekly or monthly. We'll see what works best for each student. But basically, we're going to examine how they're doing and provide a short video during that week or that month to give them a little update of what we think they can do to improve their writing. There are a lot of other things we already include with our course, unlike others. So for example, we have a database where we have about over 5,000 past bar exam questions that are done by our students with feedback and comments and everything like that. So when a student does an answer and they get their feedback back, they can look at other students with their scores and see that there's a variety of ways to get good scores on that question. So along with a bunch of other things, like you get one free tutoring session. We have a little video clips for some of the essays and PTs they've done. We include a free past bar exam review. So we have a bunch of stuff. And our graders are very unique. One of our graders is actual former California bar exam grader herself. She graded thousands and thousands of exams before coming with us. She's been with us for many years, and she's very good at what she does. And as you can see here, we have another one of our graders. His name is Stan. Stan will do a little talking in a few minutes. But I just want to give you a brief rundown about us. I have done some videos already with some of these study groups, and we'll continue to do ours, and we'll try to push a little more on our front. So I'm going to let Stan talk for a minute about who he is and a little bit about his background and how he's helped our students pass the bar exam. And then I'll come back and we'll talk some more. Thank you. Go ahead, Stan.
Okay, thank you, Todd, and thanks for the kind words. What's really important in what Todd said was the way that we help people prepare for the bar exam. A little bit about me. I've been an attorney for 4 decades. That's 40 years for those of you that are good at math. Now, I know I don't look it, but that's how long I've been an attorney. And I also have a master's degree, and I have all kinds of educational credentials. And more importantly, on the lawyer side, I've been in a number of settings. I've been a sole practitioner. I was a founding partner in my own law firm. I, before that, worked as assistant general counsel for a Fortune 50 international corporation, traveled all around the world and all around the country, dealing with lawyers and courts and judges and paralegals and people in the legal profession. In addition, I've worked in a variety of governmental and quasi-governmental settings. So I've kind of seen law sliced and diced and chopped and distributed on a plate. And if you heard what Todd said, he talked about the volume of practice bar exams that are available through barexamdoctor.com. And he talked a little bit about your ability to go back and look at how other students' answers for that particular question were both composed by the student or by the applicant, as it were, and how they were graded by people like me who have had the opportunity to review and read the answer and comment on it in comparison with not what I think is the right answer, but what the state of California bar, the Cal Bar, as we affectionately refer to it, what Cal Bar thinks is a good model answer. So there is a defined objective standard. And if you go on the bar site, which I'm sure you have, and you will be going again, they tell you don't worry about grammar and minor spelling errors and stuff, and that's true. And we as members of barexamdoctor.com, we follow the same rubric. We don't follow. We're not grading your essays based on your language or your skills or your spelling abilities. What we're doing is looking to see whether or not you know the law. And as we get more into some of these following videos, and more importantly, once you become one of our applicants, one of our students, if you will, that we are going to be working with, you'll be getting personal, specific advice and comments from whether it's me or whoever is grading your work in your practice bar exam, so that you can learn from your mistakes. They say we practice law. There's a reason why we say we practice law. I've been with barexamdoctor.com almost from its inception, and I can tell you that every time, used to be, remember, those of you that may know, back in the day, the bar exam was administered 3 times a year. Now we've gone to twice a year. And so every batch of bar exam practice bar exam answers that I grade, I learn and I gain experience, and I become more attuned to some of the repeating issues that people face, and some of the maybe minute, really personal, specific issues that some people face. Sometimes it's English as a second language or some other issues that may prove to be a challenge in communicating. Because at the end of the day, the bar exam is nothing more than an opportunity for you to do 2 things. Number one, show that you know what the law, applicable law is, and that you know how to apply it and how to follow directions. That's really the 2 main parts of a bar exam. And a performance test is mostly following directions, whereas essay tests, really where the rubber meets the road, test your knowledge of the law. And the last thing I want to make, or a comment I want to make very quickly, is what's kind of really cool about barexamdoctor.com is, in addition to the comments, kind of think back in, high school or college, where you submitted an essay and you get it back marked up in red or green or whatever the professor's choice of color was. In addition, barexamdoctor.com has a rubric. In other words, it's an objective form, and you're allocated points, and it is another area of feedback where people like me that are grading your work have a chance to say, hey, this is what you did wrong, this is what you did right. The bulk of my comments always are in the actual exam common, so that people who then look at other student work can then see and get the benefit of what a grader had to say about that particular student's work. So the rubric comments are typically more personalized. They're just, because you're the only one who sees them. Those are not public after the answer is posted, after your answer is posted and my grading of it is posted. So, again, some very unique and very useful aspects of using barexamdoctor.com. And you probably know by now there are lots of people, lots of organizations, lots of opportunities, if you will, to prep for a bar exam. And some are older than I am, I think, and some just started a few months ago. And there's quality and there's quantity. So I would suggest to you that we are a source of quality. Todd, what do you say?
Yeah, thank you, Stan, for that. And now we're going to go over a few highlights of some key items that Stan and I just picked out, some key deadlines coming up that we think that our students should know that are coming up for the next California bar exam. Go ahead, Stan, give them a few of the key deadlines coming up so we can just make sure they don't forget about them.
Okay, thanks. And what I did was I've got it printed out, and the information comes 100%, pardon me, from the CalBar website. So the two divisions I have are first for the February bar exam taker deadlines, and then for those that are going to be taking the bar exam on July 27th and 28th. If you don't already know, find your calendar and circle July 27 and July 28, because those are the days of the exam. For those of you that took the bar exam in February, application opens for immediate repeaters, meaning the people that immediately got their did not pass letter, okay? That application opens May 7th, 2021. The final deadline for applying for the next bar exam is June 1, 2021. And for those needing testing accommodations, your petition filing deadline for that petition is June 1st, 2021. And again, this is verbatim from the CalBar website. Petitions must be complete and received in the San Francisco office of admissions. And I can tell you from experience communicating with people perhaps like you that will be using barexamdoctor.com, there is an art and a science to being able to get those accommodations to take the bar exam. So if you're going to do that, I would say look into what you need to do sooner rather than later. The next group of deadlines, if you will, and information is for those of you that are going to be taking the bar in July of 2021. As I mentioned, the dates of the exam are the 27th and 28th of July. The deadline to apply is April 1, April Fool's Day. Then after that, you have the opportunity to apply, but of course, it's going to cost you money, right? From April 2nd to April 30th, it'll cost you an additional $50. From May 1st to June 1st, and June 1st is the drop dead deadline, that is $250. And some tips, if you will, be sure that your applicant portal is up and running well, and notice that the post-exam frequently asked questions, the FAQs, if you go to the CalBar website, there's like 10 pages on the subject of Chapter 6. Chapter 6 is bad. You don't want it. Stay away. Don't give me a Chapter 6. And what you'll find out is a Chapter 6 is unique to our new world of taking bar exams online. And like I said, read through those 10 pages of information under the FAQ with regard to things you cannot do when you're taking the bar exam, because as by now you probably know, the July 2021 bar exam is going to be online. It's not going to be on site. And it's good. There's good news and bad news in that. There's a lot of good news. You can imagine what the good news are. The bad news is you have got to be absolutely in an almost airtight compression chamber to take the exam. I mean, they have the ability to see if you're looking up, away from the screen, if there's anything that flags a possible issue. There is a process, there's an appeals process that goes with it. It is a big deal. So my suggestion to you, my good news of the day to you is be very, very, very careful and understand what you are allowed to do and what you are not allowed to do when you take the bar exam in July. With regard to deadlines, I've only got a few real, ones. There's more on the website, at the CalBAR website. First and most important, your final filing deadline, as I said, your drop dead deadline is June 1st, 2021. Again, that same date also applies for those testing accommodations that I referred to earlier. Mock exams are available June 29th, 2021. The deadline for remote exam takers to complete two required excuse me, mock exams is July 16th, 2021. And the deadline for remote exam takers to download the exam files is July 23rd, 2021. And lastly, laptop exam answer file upload deadline, July 29th, 12 p.m. Pacific time. So again, if you weren't taking notes, you can always go back and replay this part of the video, or more importantly, go to the CalBAR website, because I'm sure, I shouldn't say I'm sure, I know they have, of course, a disclaimer that says, content may vary, content may change, dates, whatever. So, always go right to the source and get your information from there. Thanks. Todd?
Thanks, Dan. Now, just kind of a few concluding thoughts. Since our video is running a little bit longer than we had planned, better to have enough information though to you guys. So we want to make sure that you're as prepared as you can get. We'll continue some of our thoughts in the next video. But there's one thing we just want to point out on this current bar exam, this one recently. I want to highlight a few students' situations where I think what really came into in my mind when I thought of what's something I could talk about. And one of the things that I find that the students are running into over and over and over is they have tried one or two or three bar reviews, and then they come to us because they just keep trying everybody and everyone under the sun. And what we try to do is we try to examine where their weaknesses are. What did they do wrong? Now, I never told anybody that that they should just throw everything away and start all over, okay? This is a marathon, and you have to take everything in and also try to see what works for you. Don't copy someone else's writing format or formula or anything like that. Work with what's good for you. One of the things that we do in our course is, as we're monitoring when my graders are monitoring their writing, we suggest things. We might suggest tutoring, because we find that, like, hey, this is one of your weaknesses, you keep doing it, let's go over it. And because in our course, you can write a ton of essays and PTs, so you can keep practicing, but it's important for us to highlight exactly what we think we can do right at that moment to improve that issue that we keep seeing over and over and over. So we have quite a few students recently who did some tutoring with Stan, one of which, actually a few of which, had recently actually passed the bar exam after doing some tutoring with Stan and doing everything else we suggested, and they're grateful. I think on the next video, we'll highlight just a few of their first names and some of their emails that they wrote Stan and I, grateful that they had done everything they could before coming to us. They were ready to throw in the towel, and I talked to them and I said, look, here, give Stan a try. I'm going to sign you up with the SAPT package. Make sure you write them. We made sure that they did do writing, because some students will sign up and then they don't write very much. We try to really stress it, because our goal here is to help you pass. That's it. We're not in this to make money. If we were in this to make money, we'd be charging $5,000-$6,000. I mean, one of our graders, one of the California bar exam graders that we employ, is, if you wanted tutoring with them, they probably charge $300 to $350 an hour for tutoring, and we have them on staff. That means every single time you submit an essay or PT, they're going to grade it, okay? And so these are really good, qualified people. And this is feedback that we believe will help you pass. No one really knows exactly the special formula to passing, but what we can do is we can try to come as close as we can, what we think we can help get you to improve your writing. Will you pass? Look, there's a lot of other factors that come into play on the bar exam, right? You could have an anxiety attack. You could have a stomach ache. You could have a computer glitch. You could have the chapter 6 situation where your eyes turn a certain way. There's a lot of things that can happen. But what we can do is make sure that we feel that you did everything we could suggest and that you followed through with it and you gave it the best thing you could. I get a lot of phone calls all the time about, I'm going to skip this one. I did some writing with some other courses and I'm just going to skip. What do you think? And I say, look, in this day of age right now that we're in, with this doing the exam in your bedroom, It's unlike anything. We don't know how long the bar exam is going to allow this to keep going. So we didn't think they were going to allow us in the first place. Look, when I created this course years and years ago, it was doing exams online, like literally not in with a pen and paper, but literally on your computer. And look where we are now. Unfortunately, due to COVID, but fortunately for some students, more anxiety and other things, they can take it in a very much more comfortable environment. So these are things that we think that we really were maybe ahead of ourselves. And that's probably why we had a lot more students recently started signing up with us than before and passing. So I think in that point, what I'm going to do is kind of conclude here and say, look, I think that we tried to kind of give you a glimpse into what we do and what we offer. I've done very few videos up until now. We're going to start doing them now. Stan and I, one of my cream of the crop graders, who is a lawyer in a lot of states, and maybe I'll try to get some of my other graders over time. But Stan and I will try to do some videos for the future, and we'll try to keep saying things that we think that will help you pass the bar exam and also make them interesting. Because I can tell you this, there are a million videos out there, but unless it's interesting, who cares, right? So what I'm going to try to do is pick out key things that Stan and I can talk about that are going to grab your attention, that hopefully the videos will be a little shorter than this one. But at the same time, we can help you and explain why, if you give us a chance, we can try to dramatically increase your score. I mean, look, when someone says to me, what's your pass rate? I think it's nonsense, because when you look at some of these other bar reviews and just in general, the qualifications to get a certain pass rate is not like everybody, right? It might be a top percent of your law school just passed, just graduated law school. There's all these different things. I just say to someone, look, you give us a chance and we'll do our best to help you. You do what we're saying and your score is going to go up. May you pass the next time? I don't know. Can I tell you that a lot of people passed after using us? Yes. Do I have a lot of recent emails from students that just use us in the last bar exam or bar exam before that and have passed? Yes. And so we're going to show that to you on the next video or over time and show you that what we do really think helps you pass and does not cost a ton of money. I mean, look, even if you used us and your score went up 100 points and you didn't pass, it didn't cost $5,000, right? No one is getting richer. Stan and I are just normal guys, and I'm just a normal guy with a family just trying to say, what do I think I could give people without costing an arm and leg to pass the bar exam? So on that note, I want to conclude and just say, give Stan a second and just say thank you for watching. And we're going to do a lot more videos in the future. And we look forward to helping you. And again, our website is barexamdoctor.com. And that's BAREXAMDOCTOR.com. And you can also reach us or reach me on my phone. The phone number is on the website. And you can literally, all of our students, even without being signed up with us, can call me day or night, and I'm going to answer the phone, and I'm going to do whatever we can to help you. Thank you. Go ahead, Stan.
Yeah, very quickly, in the interest of time, the one thing I want to mention, and Todd made comment about, all the various acclamations and compliments that we individually get, or that barexamdoctor.com gets, after the people pass the bar exam, and even some people that don't pass the bar exam and sign up with us again, still have good things to say because they're signing up with us again. The only comment I want to make is that one of the things I hear consistently from the various people that I interact with is the fact that our software is very, very, very compatible with what they've experienced taking the bar. This is for repeaters, right? And so there's comfort to be had in that, because a lot of the people that offer bar exam prep courses don't necessarily have the software system set up the way we do. So it's a plus for us. We think we're great. We don't charge a lot of money, but I think we're very good. And all I got to say is thanks for watching.
Have a good day. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.